kind of storybook art style that it uses. I think it's really, really unique, and I thought it would be really good for ASMR. The sounds are really chill. It looks really beautiful. And yeah, I'm also going to be playing with a controller, so there's going to be controller sounds and whatnot. So let's get started. So when we're in conversations or kind of narrative moments, it shows us these like picture frames. So if it's in a conversation, it will show, the two people talking, and it will show like kind of portraits of them in these really nice ornate frames. Otherwise, when it's in this kind of a state of narration, it will show us a location. So this one in the picture on the left shows a swamp. It shows like a bridge going over some water and some eyes looking out from under a lily pad with like in the water. And our dialogue box says swamp. Once upon a time, there lived an odd little witch in an odd little house. She spent most of her days tending to her odd little garden and resting in her odd little chair. On this day, however, her sleep is interrupted by an odd little noise. And now we have kind of our first person in a conversation, and it's a goat. And the goat, of course, says bah. And now our dialogue option is who's there, with the option to get up. So we're going to get up. There's the goat doing a much better goat impression than I do. So we've got use A to interact. And so this is the portrait of our protagonist, or us, the witch. So in the portrait what we can see is kind of a cauldron that's turned upside down on their head or like face. And the clawfoot legs that are sticking up kind of look like devil horns. And the handles of the cauldron look like earrings, and I think it's so cool. And there are 4 slits cut, and there are like 4 glowing yellow eyes. And we have like some kind of furry like scarf on with purple outfit. So we as the witch say, "You devil, how dare you wake a young lady from her beauty sleep?" And the goat just says bah again. "Shoo, shoo, get out of my house, you mindless beast, you're making a mess." With a swift kick in the rump, you boot the goat through the front door. And this in the portrait is our foot. It's kind of like a chicken's foot, but black. So, very interesting. What kind of creature are we as the witch? And so now we can see oh, never mind, no more dialogue. When did this place get so cluttered? I could have sworn I swept the hearth just yesterday. First things first. My old grimoire must be around here somewhere. So new chapter called First Things First. And we can see our current chapter or mission. Objective, that's it. It's in the top right corner. And we can kind of get a better look at our protagonist here. We're wearing a purple kind of dress or robe with a rope tied around the waist and kind of a cape that's made of feathers / that could even be our arms, we have wings. I think it's a really cool design. so we're going to be looking out for those. Aha, here it is. It's lighter than I recall. Your grimoire contains all of your craftable recipes. You can open it at any time by pressing Y. So, we've learned the recipe for a mending poultice, and we need to look in our grimoire. Mending poultice, a speckled herbal paste that heals aches and pains, heals depleted hearts, and it has some ingredients written there. All my recipes are missing. That damnable creature has chewed up all the pages of my book. Where's my belt? I'll need it to carry my things if I'm to go confront the beast. I must have left it in that trunk over there. So yeah, run over to the little sparkles. And we have our braided belt, a simple rope waistband, keeps items handy. And we have a couple of things in the chest. We have an imp eye nut. Its thorny husk has stimulating properties, whether ground and consumed or simply stepped on. Reedy twine, tough plant fibres roughly braided into a thin rope. And a seeker vine. Even in the least likely of places, this tenacious ivy always finds a way. Awesome. So basically, we're going to take everything from every chest we can find. Oof, my poor back. How long was I napping for? A good dose of medicine ought to soothe these aching bones before I head outside. At least I still have the recipe for my mending poultice. So now we need to make the mending poultice before we go outside. And there's a couple things around the place, like forest herbs and these hag shrooms, which are like little red mushrooms. So now we're going to go to our grimoire. We're going to craft this. That is a really nice, like audio design, a really cool sound, and like a bit of music that plays. So now we're going to use the mending poultice. they like really thought of the sound design in this game. And there's like a really cool symbol that always comes around when you use a spell, and like the glitter or like sparkles that come up. And now we have 3 hearts, so now we're going to go outside. So now in the overgrown yard, you step outside into a human marsh, and immediately stub your toe on a twisted root. Ouch! Close your eyes for a wink, and the next thing you know, the whole yard's gone to the weeds. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear braying through the dense bramble. Where'd that cross-eyed Billy get to? He could at least put those gnashes to good use on this lawn. Open your map to get a better look at your surroundings. Okay, so let's have a look at that. So it just says we're in the Hag's Grotto, and then has like an area around the character. I wonder if that's going to grow as we move, or if it's going to be kind of central around us. But now outside the hut, you can see the hut is like made out of an old tree that's grown out of the marsh. It's like a purple colour. It's got a little dock on the left, and like a footpath leading up to it. And there's so many plants. It's so overgrown. There's like a lake here. Some washings on the floor. Oh, and an item. Some shears will cut these cleanly. There's some kind of a reed, so we'll need to get some shears for those. And then we come up here to the right, and we've got like a garden with more of these seeker vines, so we'll collect all of those. And then there's the statue that's like dropping water onto the ground. I think it's so pretty. It's like a gazelle, or even a goat or something, that's like holding a jug of water. Kind of reminds me of like the star card in Tarot House. She's like pouring water. I think it's really pretty. So we're gonna go up here. Actually, we're gonna go up here to talk to the goat, but first we're gonna collect everything we can. Okay, I think that's all. So we'll talk to the just a mortal vessel. Yuck, there's dirt in its mouth. Pwah, pwah. You can talk? Of course I can talk. Has your mind become so filled with cobwebs that you've forgotten your old friend? You wound me, madam. It's good to see you up and about. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever awaken, though I suppose time flows strangely in this place. Anyway, I've come to collect. Do you have the amount we agreed upon? Amount? Amount of what? Oh dear. If you really don't remember, we should go over the contract details again. Down there. The goat nods its head towards the ancient stone gateway looming nearby. And just how am I supposed to get through that solid rock? You're the one who sealed it last. Take a closer look and I'm sure it will come back to you. Witch's eye. Oh, open your witch's eye with X to inspect objects and creatures and discover their weaknesses. Ooh. So open your witch's eye, X. Oh, it's like a mode in the map, and then I can hover this cursor over to things. So going up to that stone pillar they were talking about, it says, an unusually large standing stone wrapped with enchanting engravings. Its weaknesses are an unfailing powder. And we can also hover over the goat. And it just says, I'll help you out. Trust me. Okay, trust me, bro. Alright. And then we just press B to exit. Okay. Now the goat's telling us, don't underestimate your senses, my dear. You may be old, but you can see things others cannot. Hidden weaknesses lying below the surface. Ah, I can see it now. There are shallow runes etched onto the surface of the stone, but they are too faint for me to read. A powder of unveiling ought to do the trick. If you hadn't made a snack of my book, I wouldn't have to retranscribe my recipes. I shall not be held liable for any losses or inconveniences incurred as the result of abyssal possession. So it's not telling us by inspecting objects and creatures you can learn new recipes to craft in your grimoire. Ooh, crafted unveiling powder. So let's have a look at that. Unveiling powder, a sprinkling of this dust will reveal hidden mysteries. Oh, and I have all the ingredients, so let's make it. Okay, so we've made that. Crafted unveiling powder. Use an unveiling powder near the shrine door. Alrighty. Shrine entrance. You smear a handful of the glowing powder onto the runes of the doorway. A cool blue light emanates from the glyphs and envelopes the entrance in its aura. You squint, attempting to discern the meaning of the letters. They appear to be in some obscure runic alphabet. What gibberish is this? It looks like it was carved by a frightened hen. It must be written in the umbral tongue. Allow me to translate. The goat steps up to the doorway and pauses. Well, what does it say? The goat swings its shaggy head towards you. Dark matted wool obscures the creature's beady eyes. I cannot see. Unbelievable. What help are you then? I didn't come here to help. I came to collect. Now do something about this mop of hair, would you? Fine. I think I have some rusty old shears down in the garden. Okay. Go get those. And now we can access the chest. Shears are simple steel snips to cut through a surprising variety of things. And some more reedy twine. Nice. Alrighty. Use your shears on the goat. Whoa. He got eyes, wow. Very yellow. A quick snip. With much protesting and a nicked ear, you shear away clumps of dirty hair from the goat's eyes. Ah, much better. Oh my. Were you always this grotesque, or is my memory failing me as well? Wow, rude. Watch your tongue, or I'll give it a good snip too. Now, can you read the runes or not? Yes, I am. A space beneath, she sleeps alone, tokens given up to the unknown. let's look at this top left one. Empty brazier. Little remains in this brazier, but an undeniably acrid smell. Weaknesses, dog hair. Okay. The one to the further left of that is the ash-caked brazier. The remnants of its last burn are barely discernible for the time since. Weaknesses, blue feather. Okay, let's go to the top right one. The crusted brazier. Brazier might be bra. Brazier. I'll maybe say that one now. Some past contents have left a hard residue within. The weaknesses of frog slime and glinting brazier. The inside catches the light just enough to suggest some past iridescence. Weaknesses, shiny stone. Dog hair, bird feather, frog slime, and a shiny stone. I don't suppose you swallowed up any of those things while I was asleep. I don't think so, but feel free to sift through this creature's leavings if you want to be completely sure. No, thank you. However, there's a whole world outside this little swamp, you know. See that gateway over there? The one with the lovely green flame. The goat motions to the far side of your yard. I guess a brisk walk in the woods would do these creaky joints some good. Too much time indoors is bad for the humours. Okay, let's head over there then. So that's all the way on the left. Oh, and it's got like a goat on it. Wow, interesting. Well, actually, before we go there, let's get these reeds we couldn't get before. Snip. Snip. Collect. Oh, only one from that one. Oh. I'm a little cold. Put my cardigan on. And I'll have a little more of my tea. A nice mint tea. Very nice. Alrighty. Snip. Into the darkness. Tangled vines, snipping and tearing your shears make short work of the bramble. Yes, now let's go into the darkness. Oh. I forget you need to hold down the action key to go through. Oh. Space between. You cut your way through the remaining vines and suddenly step onto a cold stone dais. Time seems to flow backwards, or maybe it speeds forwards. An oppressive, star-filled void stretches as far as you can see, though there is no wind or sound in this void. A warm, full breeze and the chirping of birds seizes your attention. A doorway. Wow! This is so pretty. So there's this gateway in the center that's kind of like an arch made of twigs, and they're glowing and have a void in them. Also, all these stars are just rushing past us. And it says back home. And looking around, there's another one down here. So all of the arches seem to be the same. They're all made of two pieces of wood that cross at the top, but the surroundings are different. So this one has, it says into the forest. We won't go there just yet, but it has all this green. There's also an item here, a hearth seed, recipe learned. We're jumping around a little bit. Let's have a look at that. Hearth seed. When thrown sharply against the ground, this seed will spirit you back to cozy comforts. So I think it will either bring us back to here or back to the swamp. This gateway has also a bunch of green, but less. It looks a bit more like the swamp, maybe. There's one up here that has plants covered in snow. There's one up here that has barrels and containers and baskets full of food and green bags. That's at the 12 o'clock position. And this next one to the right has a bookshelf, a spinner's wheel, these, the positions better. So this one is at the 6 o'clock position. It's like a field. It has like wheat growing and some sunflowers. So the forest one is, I guess, kind of the 7, 8 o'clock position. They're not exactly evenly, like there's not the same number. So there's how many? There's back home in the centre, and then 1, 2, 3, 8 around, like the 8 Sabbats in the Wheel of the Year. Very nice. So we're going to go to the bottom left one, to the forest. Ooh. Wow. Okay, and we come out of like a kind of tree, very tall tree stump with a portal in it with some, I actually think there's some real runes in there. Yeah, near the top there's one that's, I think it means, I don't remember what the name is, but it means like mankind and people and things like that. There's a couple. There's at least that one that is a real rune from the Elder Fudark. That's really cool. So anyway, we come out into this forest, and around this tree stump there's all these like rocks, like in a circle, little stones, and the forest has such beautiful autumnal colours. All like lots of deep oranges, like burnt oranges, browns, there's some nice greens. I'm also picking up a twig. Wow, it's so pretty. And if we go down, there's lots of birds and things. Oh, there's a person here. Hello, looking through a telescope. They're a bird watcher. She also has a bird on her hat, like on her head. The woman spins around on her heels so quickly she nearly hits you with her spyglass. Ah, you startled me. Can't you see I'm busy with my scientific research? Well, you don't have to be so rude. Research? What is it you're looking for with that contraption? Why, the famed indigo-tufted forest lark. They're said to be native to this forest, and this forest only. Have you seen one perchance? You glance upwards at the small blue bird perched atop the oblivious woman's hat. I haven't. Sorry. A shame. Well, it's never too late to open one's eyes to the wonders of the natural world. You never know what you'll discover. She points at a nearby woodland critter stuffing its cheeks with seeds. Take that squirrel, for example. Spend a few moments watching its behaviour and you'll learn everything you need to know about it. Observation is key. Again, telling us to use that, Witch's Eye ability. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't want to miss making an exciting new discovery. The bluebird glances vacantly at you before pooping on the brim of the woman's hat. Oh no. Alrighty, well, let's pick up some stuff. There's a log here that says a hatchet might break this apart. Okay, let's use the witch's eye and look at this bird. Bluebird, a skittish songbird, enjoys eating seeds. Weaknesses, snap trap. And then that log, rotting log, a fallen tree overgrown with mushrooms and moss. And yeah, weaknesses, log as hatchet. Okay, so that's something we're gonna hopefully like make or collect. Now where's a squirrel? All that. Also in the witch's eye view it pauses, which is nice. Squirrel possesses an energy far outpacing its tranquil home. Oh, if we go to the left here. Ooh, there's some pretty coloured mushrooms and things. And a boy with a bunch of frogs. Ragamuffin. It's like a young boy with like crazy orange hair. His skin is kind of green and he's just wearing overalls with no shirt. And he's holding a bunch of frogs and there's even one in his overalls. Oi, lady, what's with that great stinking pot on your head? I would ask the same about all those stinking frogs in your trousers. Oh, you're just jealous. The boy fumbles between trying to wrangle all his frogs and swiping ineffectually at wayward fireflies with a shoddy-looking bug net. Juggling think about trading you one of my froggies. The boy waggles the net in your face. Take it. Awesome. Okay, so let's move across. Okay, we now have our net. And we can catch these little fireflies. Oh, a fairy. I just caught a fairy and it turned into fairy dust. Oh, actually, there's lots of things to collect here. Come back here, I'll chop you good. There was like a little... There it is. Oh, witch's view. Witch's eye. It's called a changeling. It's like it looked like a mushroom, and then when I got close, it like stood up and started running away. So yeah, called a changeling. Most mushrooms don't do this much wiggling. Weaknesses: interact and logger's hatchet. Okay. Well, I can't interact. Just I thought chop you good. And yeah, at this like area just behind the frog boy, yeah, there's all these beautiful, crazy coloured mushrooms, and there's actually like a mushroom circle with a spiral, like a blue spiral in the centre on some stone. Yeah, really just looks like a fairy circle or something. Oh, I should talk to him. I caught some fireflies. Well, these hops aren't going to stick around with empty bellies. The faster you catch those fireflies, the faster we can eat. The frogs can eat. Oh gosh, he's going to eat the fireflies. The boy holds out an empty jar with holes poked in the head, and we can give him 5 out of 5 fireflies or leave. Well, I got enough, so... The boy shakes the jar, rattling the captured insects like pennies in a piggy bank. Oh, these are nice and juicy. The lads are going to feast tonight. Now, about our deal. You agreed to trade me one of your pets there. Ha ha, what deal? I don't remember making no did. A frog squirms out of the boy's overalls and pops down by his feet with a wet slap. Dang it, there goes Slippery Pete. He takes a clumsy swipe at the amphibian, but the creature squeezes out of his grasp and bounces into the underbrush. Ah, shucks, I never liked him anyways. If you can catch him, he's all yours. Hell yeah, let's catch this frog. Got him, and we got some frog slime, which was one of the things we needed. Heck yeah, and there's another fairy. Fairy dust. Nice tea. Okay. More things in the underbrush here. So, there's another squirrel and a twig. And yeah, there's like a path kind of winding through the forest. By nuts, lots of those. Oh, maybe I should see how I can make a trap. So, snap trap, a wooden spring snare for catching the smaller denizens of the forest, useful against birds, squirrels, and rats. Well, we haven't come across any rats yet. And I need some pine nuts and like a bundle of sticks, which I can make as a reagent. Oh, it's a wickerwork. A widget woven, a good frame to start building things around. And I need some twine and sticks. Well, I've got those, so let's make one. And now I can make a snap trap. Awesome. Alrighty. Oh, well, I need it where there's going to be birds. I don't want to catch a squirrel. I want to catch a bird. So let's maybe go back up here. Oh, yes, there's a bird there. Okay. Let's set the trap here and I'm going to run away. Oh, a bird comes flying in. Is it going to notice the trap? Oh, that was a little gruesome. Yeah, it went into the trap to get the seeds and it dropped a blue feather and a meaty morsel. Great. Well, I think those are going to be useful later. So we now have the feather. Oh, more things have already respawned. Has not been that long since I picked these things up. So let's get back to where we were. Going through or something, and there's a guy humming, and I think he's the logger. Let's talk to him. Woodsman. He has a very long nose, and he's wearing like a scarf wrapped around him. It must be pretty cold, and a beanie. Hey, you there? Give me a hand, would you? With what? You seem to have everything under control. These stumps aren't going anywhere. My darn useless son was supposed to help me, but he's wandered off again, probably to go bother frogs and eat bugs or some such nonsense. Okay, so the frog boy is the woodsman's son. Anyway, I need help clearing away some of these dead logs. It's late in the season and the wood has started to rot. Just be careful of the purple mushrooms that sometimes grow inside. They'll make you powerful sleepy if you breathe in the spores. I feel like that might come in handy. As much as I do love poisonous fungi, I'm not much of a lumberjack. Nonsense. Anyone can experience the joys of splitting a fine stump. Here, my boy won't be missing his hatchet. The woodsman spins a sharp-looking hatchet in his hands and thrusts the handle at you. Take it. Oh, very nice. I might see if I can rearrange my hot bar. Okay, inventories. There we go. Yes, I can move things. Let's move this way. Yes, we've got our net, then the hatchet, then the snips, and then the hearthseed is at the end. Okay. Oh, what's this? I could dig out some coals with the right tool. Yeah, under his fire there's like some ash, but I don't have the right tool. Okay. Well, anyway, we have a new hatchet. Let's start chopping some stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, a leaf cap. Twig, leaf cap, and pine nut. Nice. Okay, awesome. So we can now chop logs. So we're going to continue through the forest, and there is now an actual stone path, which I think that's going to unlock an area later, we'll unlock an area here later, and we can go through that. Now let's go over here. Another fairy area. Oh, a flower petal. More fireflies and fairies. Flower petal, flower petal. Oh, if there's lots of things that I can pick up in the area at once, it will move my character and pick them up automatically. That's nice. That's really nice. I appreciate that. Less clicking for me. So it's like a little fairy garden. There's all these cute little flowers. And there's actually a statue of a deer. A male deer. Also called deer, yeah. But it has antlers. It's a male deer. Okay, nothing else to pick up. Alrighty. Let's go back to that main stone path and see where that's going to take us. Oh, some dappled light and a well with a blue man next to it. First, I want to get these. There we go. Some more resource collecting. Oh, is he crying? Oh. Well, Wisher. And yes, he has blue skin, a short, like a haircut that's short on the side and long on the top, and he's wearing like a very fancy orange and white outfit. Oh man, oh geez, I don't know about this. You tap the man's shoulder and he nearly tumbles headfirst into the well. Ah! What's the matter with you? I could have fallen in. Then perhaps you shouldn't be leaning over the edge like some wobbly stalk. What's so interesting down this well, anyways? Well, my grandpappy used to tell me that people drop all sorts of treasure down there, just waiting for someone to dig it up. Got myself a trowel and thought I'd give it a go. But the rope's out, and it looks awful dark and damp. I get goosebumps just thinking about all the ghoulies that might be lurking down there in the shadows. Ever consider that those ghoulies might get goosebumps thinking about you lurking up here in the sunlight? No, not really. Not sure if that makes me feel any better about them, actually. Maybe the business of treasure hunting digging isn't for me after all. Here, why don't you take my trowel? I don't think I'll be needing it. You can go down into the well and see those ghoulies yourself. He offers you a small trowel. It looks like it's never been used. Take it. This old well is deep and dark. You might be able to climb down into it, but the rope has long since rotted away. A cool breeze wafts up from the darkness, and I can use some reedy twine, so let's do that. You toss a length of strong homemade rope down into the darkness. It seems like it should support you without much fuss. Alright, awesome. And so now we have a trowel too. So I bet we can go back to the Woodsman's fire and see what we can dig up. And also this well is really nice. It's made of stone, and then like the top that holds like the rope section is all wooden, and there's even like a fish that's blue and bronze. Very nice. Oh, I need to hold down. Oh, okay, so now we're at the bottom and the rope option is to the surface. There's like all this dappled light here, and yeah, it's like a cavern really. It's not just like a well that goes straight down, it's like a whole cavern area under here. Oh, gold coin, oh very nice. And there's like a dirt pile that we can dig, and I got some clay. There's like a dripping thing here. I could collect some water with a jar. Okay, need to bring a jar down here and collect some water from there. Have a little run around. Dig. Clay and a shiny stone. I need that for the quest. Oh, a frog. Frog. Yes, more frog slime. Dig. And dig. Just small stones. Oh, I missed some. Maybe I should move the trowel. Over to be next to the net if there's a chance that when I dig stuff up a frog might come out. Okay, let's keep exploring. Some kind of always creepy music. Oh, there's a gate here. Interesting. And a chest that is locked. Shiny stone. Some more. Like cracks in the wall, dripping water. Oh, the clay is packed on the trowel. There we go. Oh. And there's like a little cave inside the cave, and it says something stirs inside but does not emerge. And it's got like some little orange eyes. Kind of scary. Okay, well we got lots of shiny stones and clay. So let's get out of here. Alrighty, to the surface. Alrighty, let's actually go back to the woodcutter before I forget. I really want to see what I get with this trowel. Dig. Oh, there's like a soot sprite or something. Yes, soot sprite. There it is. Nice. We'll chop down a couple more of these things. Nice. I am such a sucker for just picking up everything I can see. Okay. So if we go to the right here, there's like the start of a path, so that could unlock something later. We can go left again. Oh, there's a man. There's a burly man. Kilnman. He is very burly. He has a very thick neck. And he has like black curly hair, some stubble, and he's holding a stick over his shoulder. And he's wearing like a white undershirt and then a red overshirt. Evening, man. Come to check on the pottery. A worried I just fired the kilns up, so they'll be a while still. Pottery. Bah! I was just admiring that fine canine over there. You point to a scraggly-looking mutt patrolling the yard. May I give her a petting? Oh, you can try, but I wouldn't if you value your fingers. She's a touch bitey today and doesn't like people going near the ovens. I have a way with animals. Surely I can find something to calm her down. So let's use this axe. Oh, I'm going to go over the Kilnman. A rugged, hardy-looking man. Guard dog. Foul-tempered, snaps at anything that comes too close. Weaknesses are a soporific morsel, which is like that meaty morsel from the squirrel or bird, sorry, but it's like purple, so I'm thinking we're going to use that sleepy mushroom on some meat to make the dog fall asleep. Oh wait, there's actually a couple more things. Yeah. Ash pile, byproducts of a fire, weaknesses, trowel, and an empty jar, a fired earthenware pot for holding liquids. Maybe water from the well. Nice. Okay, recipe learned, soporific. Poison potion. This draft will send whoever drinks it into a deep sleep. However, it tastes horrible, so mix it with something delicious. And we need that to make the soporific morsel. A warm gobbet of animal flesh, soaked with sleeping magic. Useful against dogs. Okay, so I need some water, so I think I'm gonna have to go in there while the dog isn't looking and grab one of those jars. Let's see. I can also get these ash piles. Caught some sprites. Nice. Empty jar. Heck yeah. Oh, the dog's coming. I know. No, run away. Okay, we made it. Let's go get some water from the well. Okay. We'll maybe get two, just to be sure. Okay, back to the surface. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll make the soporific potion. And then we'll make the morsel from it. Okay. Oh, I need to throw it. Okay. Oh, I didn't throw it very far. Oh, the dog hasn't noticed it. Oh, let me pick it up again. And now we'll throw it. The dog ate it. Oh, she sleeps. Oh. Okay. We'll need to snip some hair off of her. Can I get... Oh. Okay. Frog slime, blue feather, shiny stone, and dog hair. That's all I need for those braziers. I should head back home now. Can I get more? That's all I'll get for now. Oh, can't get any more. Alrighty. So if I go left, I think that's going to take me back to the portal to go home. Okay, so we kind of explored the left and the centre. Let me just finish exploring the forest. And then we'll go back to the well, and then north. Oh, and there's a nice wall and a very fancy gate. Oh, I can hover over the gate. Gilded gate. Bars a witch's way until it deigns to open. Okay, so it will very likely open in the future. Alrighty. So let's go home. I'm not going to use that hearthstone. I can walk there. I can use my old little legs. My little chicken feet. Oh, let's also get some more resources. Okay. Into the decay. Oh, that's what the portal says. Interesting. Okay, back home. everything I need always. It's so much easier than like constantly having to come back to places that you've been to get stuff. Okay, we are back. So, empty brazier. The brazier awaits an offering. Have you something to burn? Dog hair. The dog hairs take a moment to fall from your fingers, fluttering down into the basin one by one. The fur bristles into foul-smelling coils before erupting into a cold green flame. And it is reflected in the game. Very cool. The ash-caked brazier. The brazier. Sorry, I said I was going to change the pronunciation. The brazier awaits an offering. Blue feather. A strong force pulls the feather down into the larger basin like a magnet. It bursts into a bright flash of light as cold flames engulf its essence. There's also a green flame. Okay, we'll go top right. The crusted brazier. It awaits an offering. Frog slime. You gently squeeze the globs of wet slime from your satchel into the basin. Oh, that doesn't sound like it would feel good. The mucus bubbles and pops before cold flames reduce it to a fine, odorless ash. Delicious. Okay, last one. The glinting brazier. Shiny stone. You drop the stone into the basin with a resounding, chiming sound. Fractures trace across the pebble before it cracks open and a cold green light swallows it within its flames. The shrine entrance. The emerald flames of the braziers place strange shadows across the stone doorway. You watch as fingers of shadow crawl up the rock face and crack open the solid granite like stale bread. The stone crumbles away into darkness, revealing a yawning stairway descending down into the cold earth. This game has such a way with words, but like really the descriptions it gives are like so detailed and so interesting. Like wow. So now the code says, after you, madam. Alrighty, let's go into the shrine. Oh, I got an achievement. First things first. Remember your contract with the goat. Okay. So it's kind of like a cavern again. And there's this beautiful like stone carved arch and some like metal candle holders. They're very, very tall. There's a couple candles on them. And then now we're entering like a stone, like a stone room. There's stone on the floors, there's stone, like carved stone walls, stone pillars, and a red carpet, a bunch of candles, and there's a lady in a glass coffin, Snow White style. Wow, there's a bunch of roses on, and like maybe lilies, or maybe not lilies, some kind of a white flower on her. She's wearing a white dress, she has black hair, and she also has the flowers in her hair. And there's these couple of pillars that are black and white, like swirling stripes that have what seems to be like rose vines growing on them, and they're spiky. And also in the background, like in the back behind the glass coffin, there's like a stone carving with a rose, like a very detailed rose in the center, and then all these circles around. How many are there? There's 12 of them. Okay, interesting. Alrighty, let's click on this then. Sleeping maiden. Oh, and she has kind of purpley blue skin as well. Encased inside a gilded crystal coffin lies the body of a young woman. Though she sleeps in an enchanted slumber, her ageless features express a deep sadness. And we are speechless. The goat also comes in. The sound of cloven hooves echo against the marble floor as the goat comes to your side. Quite something, isn't she? Do you remember bringing her to me? I brought her to you. Why? Who is she? I haven't the faintest idea. All I know is you brought her lifeless form to my doorstep and begged me to save her soul. Save her from what? And why is she asleep? Why, from the 12 wicked souls whom you said wronged her in life. Villains who deceived her and cheated her and broke her spirit. And as we agreed, here she will sleep until our contract is fulfilled, until you bring me those 12 wicked souls. What? I remember no such contract. Our pact is binding, regardless of what you do or do not remember. At the goat's words, you feel something hard and dark locked away in the depths of your heart. It speaks the truth. And just why should I do your bidding? Seems like a lot of bothersome trouble to me. What do I care about some sleeping beauty? Bring me the 12 souls and I will release the sleeping maiden from her slumber. Our agreement will be fulfilled. Who knows? In time you may even remember why you brought her to me in the first place. Or you can simply return to the comfort of your little hovel, where you will waste away until the weeds grow so thick that not even your shears will be able to cut you free. That is a threat, and your mind will stay as empty as that grimoire of yours. But it is a big decision to make so hastily. Why don't you sleep on it? A heavy weight fills your marrow. Your eyelids flutter, barely able to stay open. What have you done to me? I can't stay awake. Oh, and fade to black. Right. Okay, so now we've woken back up inside the cottage. Okay, let's leave again. Oh, so we're outside the hut and the goat speaks to us. Good morning. I trust you've made up your mind. Will you collect the souls I've asked for, or would you prefer to stay stuck in this festering swamp? All right. No need to get your horns in a twist. I'll do as you ask. You haven't given me much choice. Yeah, it's either do it or basically die almost. Just sleep forever, like the maiden. Alrighty. Splendid. As it happens, I can already sense the first 4 souls we seek. 2 are in the forest, another in the swamp to the north, and the last in the fields to the south. Could you be more specific? Near a shapely stump, perhaps inside a tree with a face, by an overgrown mushroom grove. What do I look like? A compass? Go out there and look for yourself. Alrighty, new chapter, the sleeping maiden. And then we can view it. So the sleeping maiden collect 4 souls for the goat, the bear in the forest, the ox in the fields, the leech in the swamp, and the snake in the forest. Ooh, very interesting. Oh yes, the map lights up, where we've been and where we've walked. Oh, I got the hiccups. Okay, so I've completed first things first. Yeah, now we're on to the sleeping maiden. Interesting. But I think we're going to end this part here. Oh, there we go. Pause. There we go. I think we're going to end this part here. So I'm really liking this game. I love the vibes. I love the making the potions, collecting things, and yeah, I'm really interested in the story. And I love the storybook style and actually the music. I only somewhat noticed the music, but in each area there is a different soundtrack and different ambient sounds. So I think that's going to be really good for more ASMR gameplay. Alrighty, so I'll see you in the next one.